NCTV45, The Train, anytime on your time.
This program was provided through funding from Cedars Restaurant in Newcastle, Pennsylvania. A special thanks to Cedars, featuring Middle Eastern, Italian, and American cuisine.
RNA Screen Printing Newcastle is the place to go for signs, shirts, hats, vinyl lettering, embroidery, magnets, vehicle lettering, banners, window decals, and they can put your design on many items. They have decals for vehicles and signs for all your advertising needs. Great selection of sizes and styles of regular or glitter t-shirts. RNA can iron on a logo while you wait and can do any school logo. RNA Screen Printing, 1217 Moravia Street, Newcastle, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4. Call 724-652-2241.
Today's program was furnished by a grant from the Beanery Depot and Deli, featuring coffee, made-to-order subs, and snacks. The Beanery Depot and Deli in Mahoningtown.
Sports Corner, everybody. I'm Alex Laverson, and we have our producer coming out from behind the scenes to talk about, or should I say, vent about Steelers football. And for any black and gold fan, yesterday was a pretty weird and also depressing day. Angela, what do you have to make of that game?
They rushed 53 doctors to Heinz Field because the Steelers choked, and they had to give them a Heimlich. Yeah. Well, you know what? I can't help it. Mr. Tomlin, it's time to get on with your life's work. Quarterback sneak, fourth and a little bit. You proved you could beat the Browns. You proved you could beat the Bengals. Okay, I'm not getting it. I'm a little bit tough on you, but I'm sorry. Fourth and a foot, quarterback sneak. Okay? And then an onside kick. Really? The cameraman was all over your assistant coach. Everybody knew it was getting it. Even the people that don't have cable and had an antenna knew you were kicking an onside kick.
And I think the reason why he did that is because he did not trust his defense to make that stop, which is, a shame because the Steelers are known for their brand style defense.
You don't, with 2 timeouts, the 2-minute warning, you don't do that. Mm-hmm. That's just not good football.
Yeah, I mean, there was definitely many reasons why that game happened the way it did.
Now, I will not blame the loss on this, but not for long if they don't do something about pass interference. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's totally called different in the NFC as opposed to the AFC. Now, a couple times, the defenders were hugging those guys more than their mother hugged them when they were at home. And, I just, once you get past that 10 yards, you're not allowed to touch the guy when the ball's in the air. You can go for the ball, but you can't go up over the back to get the ball. And this seems to be one of the things that's going on. So I got to tell you, I'm watching Duquesne basketball. I'm out.
Well, I definitely encourage people to watch Duquesne basketball. But the thing that's, stuck out to me the most was the baffling play call. So in 2 situations, they're 4th and 1, 4th and inches, and it's not even that they didn't get them, it's the calls they played. The plays they called. So in the first attempt, a shovel pitch, really, to the outside, really. And the second time, a downfield throw, against the great Jaguars secondary. It's like they didn't learn their lesson from the first time. It was just really
And you
weird.
can't blame Ben. It was not blame Ben. It was not. It was the coaching staff that called a terrible game. Sorry, guys. It's on you.
Oh, I mean, first of all, the AFC is going to lose the Pro Bowl because the Steelers coaches are the ones coaching that game. But it's really bizarre, especially the way they started out. They started out flat. There's no rhythm. The types of play calling, they weren't running it early. They just try and be too cute. You see these screen passes, they're shotgun. I feel like when they don't have to be, that's Haley's play calling. It's Haley's offense. It's time for him to go.
Life's work, buddy.
Well, how about
better
the
take
defense? How about the defense, though?
Life's work. Sorry. You know what? There's some days you got to suck it up. We better go to a break. We'll be right back. Hey, Angelo Parada here for Croakers, Kegs, and Corks. And if that's not a mouthful, nothing is. But when you need a mouthful of that special brew, it's Croakers, Kegs, and Corks. You know, nothing tastes better than when you make it yourself. And I do some of that brew myself quite often. I like doing it. It's a great hobby, and it's something you can do. Croakers, Kegs, and Corks, located right in Union Township. Give them a try. This program furnished by the MAD Unit, Mobile Auto Detailing. See Michael Sad at themadyunit.com. Funding provided by Main Street Clothiers and Tailors, Washington Street, Newcastle.
The Cedars Sports Corner, everybody. We're going to continue talking about that awful Steelers game, and I kind of wanted to, touch base on the defense and the Jaguars' offense, which is not really that good of an offense, led by a quarterback that's not really that good. 45 points. Now, there 14 points there were from turnovers. Okay, I get that. But still, 28? And what the Jaguars, they put up 10 points last week against the Bills? It's like, this is bad. Keith Butler, man, whatever's going on isn't working.
You got to take care of the staff. I mean, I am not happy with Tomlin. I don't think he should be there next year.
And to the fans who will argue stability, you can't just get rid of a coach, especially one that won the AFC North for you and things like that. Look at the Penguins. What did the Penguins do a couple years ago? They made a coaching change mid-season, and they won 2 Stanley Cups in a row. You know, I know different sports, but it's like, why be afraid? Why be afraid to bring up even...
You have to do it.
Yeah.
Beating the Browns and the Bengals is not going to be... I mean, that can't be your claim to fame. And at best, the Ravens were mediocre.
Yeah.
So that's 6 wins.
I feel like there needs to be a culture change,
You
too,
know.
in that locker room. It's... there's reports Mike Mitchell before the game was outside the Jaguars locker room screaming, "You are going to be remembering my name after this. You're going to know who I am." And that fired them up.
I don't even know if that... It all goes down to coaching.
Well, yeah, coaches create culture. I mean, Le'Veon Bell, I know he was asked this question, but entertaining the question of, are you going to be back next year? Are you going to retire 3 days before the game? It's like, come on, man. It's just drama with these Steelers. This is a different Steelers team. Just so many facets.
Well, we got to take this break. We'll be right back. Today's programming is brought to you by NCTV45 and NC Radio 450, Newcastle's community television station. This program furnished by Sporting Goods, 23 East Washington Street, Newcastle. Call 724-658-2535. These fine businesses provided funding for this program. Gatherings, Town and Country, and On Target. That's off to Frankie Augustine. I had to say that.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I had to say that was Saturday. I was kind of fumbling around, and you know, I see the sports go through every day. So I kind of know who Duquesne's playing, Notre Dame's playing. And lost track, Duquesne's playing LaSalle. And Stevie McNeese is an assistant coach. Now, he's from Shenango. And I start watching the game, and the Dukes are ahead. And the Dukes are ahead by 5 points with a minute to go. Castro misses 5 foul shots. It's tied in overtime. LaSalle goes up by 4. The Dukes tied. It goes into a second overtime. LaSalle is up by 4 with 11 seconds to go. The Dukes steal the ball, make a 3-point shot, and get fouled. It goes into a third overtime. And Duquesne wins 101-95. Now, that's pretty impressive for a first-year coach, using what he has, doesn't have any recruits in yet. And hats off to Frankie Augustine for making the call and firing me up about Duquesne basketball once again.
And what's their record right now in their standing?
They are 14-5, and they're cruising. They could be dancing.
You know, and that's my favorite thing about college basketball, getting these smaller but great schools a chance to go dancing. You know, it's just a great story when you hear, whether it's Robert Morris, making it to the tournament.
And Duquesne's like that. They're not a mid-major, because I would call Robert Morris a mid-major. And they're not a North Carolina or, So they kind of took some luster off the ball for a while, and now this would really fuel it if the Dukes could get in there, win a couple games, maybe 1 or 2.
Mm-hmm.
Just enough to create some interest and fire up Duquesne basketball again.
That would be a great story for our region. But I think that's a wrap for our show. Is there anything else you'd like to say?
No, just watch basketball.
Hey, at least we have the Pens who want to break our heart.
Yeah.
Go for a third cup in the rest. So.
Yeah, and please, Pirates, lower the ticket price after you've traded everybody.
McCutcheon's a San Francisco Giant now, by the way.
Yeah.
In case you all haven't heard, so.
Tickets should be like $5 or something.
Yeah. Well, the Pirates management favors financial flexibility over everything, so we'll lower the prices. At this point, it's like. Anyway, that's a wrap, and I hope all of you enjoyed our show. I hope all of you.
A special thanks to the YMCA for caring about the Lawrence County community and providing funding for this program.